Hi, this is Tom, and in this video we're going to learn about the greatest common factor, which is also abbreviated as GCF, using all caps or all lowercase letters. The greatest common factor, we would say it refers to what's called the distributive property. It refers to the distributive property. So let me write this down. The distributive property in math is written as ax plus, ay is the same as a times x plus y, and we say where a is the GCF, the greatest common, is the GCF. Now, let's just make sure this really works. For example, let's just try this. Try a is 3. So for example, what if we did 3 times x, let's be 5. So we said a is 3, so that has to be another 3. And let's make y a 6, something different. So in other words, 3 times, now if I follow the order of operations, this is 3 times 5, that's 15, plus 3 times 6, that's 18. And if you add 15 and 18, you get 33. So this is the left, we'll call it LHS, the left-hand side of the distributive property. Now, let's try this. I'll do this in blue. So now we'll call this here is the left-hand side. So this will be the right-hand side be over here. So let's repeat this process. Now we said for the right-hand side, we said that a is 3. We said the x was 5 plus the y, which is 6. Well, this is the same as 3 times. Now, if I take 5 plus 6, that's 11. And if I multiply 3 times 11, I get 33. So, in other words, it works either way you go. So, when we write the distributive property as ax plus ay, this left-hand side is written as what we call a sum. A sum is where two numbers are being added, and in this case, the two numbers that are being added are ax is being added to ay. And it's a sum because it's the last operation that's going to be done. Now, if I write this the other way as a times x plus y, we say that this side of the equation now is a product. And the reason for that is that now we're taking and we're multiplying the number a with the number that results from first adding x plus y, because the order of operations would tell us to first add x plus y because it's in the parentheses. So the last thing we would do is multiply. So the distributive property allows the sum of two numbers to be written as a product of two numbers. So I think at this point, an example is in order. So let's try this one. I'm going to scroll up a little bit. Let's try the problem of factor 12x plus 6y. Now, if we look at this, we can see we have the x and the y, just like we do up in this example above. But what we are looking for is what is a. And in this case, notice that there's a 6. Let's do this. Notice that there's a 6 here. And if you think in terms of multiplication, I'll put a little question mark. Is there a 6 in the 12? Well, the answer is this. If you write 12 as 6 times 2x plus, and the 6 is also the same as 6 times 1. Oops, that's not an x, that's a y. 1y. then now what we've done is we have made 6 is the greatest common factor because it's here and it's there. So then, according to the distributive property, all we have to do is very simply put the 6 out in front, just like we are in the product up above, parenthesis, and then once the 6's are out, we write exactly what remains. And what remains is a 2x plus a 1y. Now, you may already know the answer to this, but I did it for a reason. And that is that 1y is usually written as y. And the reason is the 1 is implied. And you may think, really? Why would we do that? Why not just write the 1? Well, we actually do that using the English language quite often. For example, you could give the directions of go to the store. And what is implied is the subject. You go to the store. So we do it in our normal speech, and we also do it in mathematics. So our final answer would be most simply written as 6 times the quantity of 2x plus y. And that is how you use the greatest common factor to factor a binomial. This is Tom, and thank you for watching.